COVID-19 can provide some interesting medical bills as far as hospitals go. This morning we are joined by Claire Krusing, who's a spokesperson with Coalition Against Surprise Medical Billing. And Claire, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you explain, when we talk about medical billing for COVID-19, what are we referring to?
So one of the issues that we've been really focused on over the course of the pandemic is making sure that patients who are either facing COVID treatment or in need of testing have access to those services. And thankfully, our members, as well as Congress, made clear that anyone seeking COVID testing or treatment would have affordable access to those services. But what we are increasingly concerned about is actually those patients who may have delayed care during the pandemic and are now going back to their providers or scheduling those elective procedures and face the likelihood of a surprise bill at a time when everyone is still in recovery mode from this pandemic.
So why is this an issue that matters to you? Of course, making sure that people aren't permanently financially impacted by something like COVID-19 diagnoses. That's important, but do you have a personal connection to this cause? What got you into this?
So I do have a personal connection. I have seen a lot of my family members, either those who have cancer. In my case, I've had a cousin recently who passed away from cancer, and she did face extreme and significant charges. And when you are sick, the last thing that you need to be worrying about or even can wrap your head around is how are you going to pay for your care? And fortunately, for her, those charges were covered, but there's so many millions of Americans that don't have those charges covered, especially if there's limits on the number of hospitals or providers that are in their community today.
So what's the first step? Where should people go if they're looking for resources or looking for more information on how to tackle something like this, especially if they're dealing with it themselves?
Yeah, if you are dealing with it yourself, if you have received a surprise bill, I would encourage you to call your doctor or provider who issued it. Again, there's potentially ways that they might be able to negotiate, or if it was a charge made in error, remove it from your bill. One of the things that we've seen quite a lot is hospitals taking legal action against patients who can't pay those bills. And if you call and hopefully maybe figure out a solution, that potentially can help save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the same time, though, we strongly encourage everyone to contact their member of Congress and let them know that they need to take action to protect against these charges forever. And again, the only way we're going to do that is if we pass surprise billing legislation now. And it has to happen in Washington and in Congress. And to do so, we got to do it today.
Well, Claire, thank you so much for sharing this information with us. We're going to have more information on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Just head to our morning show page, and we'll be right back on the KOAM Morning News after this.